Okay, awesome. All right. Excited to see all of you this evening. So I wanted to do a little bit of training on virtual parties and some Cinchshare training too. So if you don't know much about Cinchshare, if you want to know more about it, then I wanted to show you how easy it is to use, how easy it is to share templates. But also I just wanted to talk to you some about just virtual parties in general as well. So first off, if you wouldn't mind, I know we have Marcia who she was a part of one that I did for her, but she hasn't even ran her own yet. So I want to hear some of you that have ran virtual parties before. Tell me the things that are going good first, and then I would love to hear from you what you feel like you need help with. Okay, so shout out some of the things that are going good with your virtual parties. Let's start there. You may have to unmute yourself if you are muted.
Having hosts interact, that's something that I've focused on in the last couple months and have seen an increase with, and I've seen that that's helped my shows.
Awesome. I love hearing that. We're going to talk some about that, Becca. So I'm so glad that you brought that up and said that. Anyone else have some good things that are going on in their shows? Anyone?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear what she actually was saying. But for me, I'm having a good communication with my host. And then it seems like my host is working really hard too, but then I'm not getting any participation from any of the customers.
Okay. We're going to talk some about that. So you're having pretty good hosts, but maybe not as much participation in the guests still.
Right.
Okay. Are you doing events? Are you doing groups? What program have you been using?
For me, I've been using events.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do groups, but I moved to events.
Uh-huh.
I haven't liked it as well, but I still feel like it does pretty good. And then I use the Cinchshare too.
Uh-huh. Okay, so you've never used Cinchshare before, okay.
And I have had a problem. I made a mistake in my last party. I was having to babysit it because I made a huge mistake of putting the event on my Facebook page that I have for Pampered Chef.
Okay.
And I could not figure out how to fix that.
Okay, I will show you how to undo that once we get into the Cinchshare program. Okay. So if that happens again for some reason, I can show you how to undo that so it will stop and you don't have to constantly watch every post and remove every post that happens, because that would be a pain in the royal rear. So
yeah, that was a pain. I still had a pretty good show, but it could have been probably a little bit better if I wasn't so frustrated.
Right. So Marina, what time is it there?
It is 4:13.
Everybody feel really sorry for her because she lives in Hawaii.
Only till September. September I moved to Washington. So
to Washington, awesome. Very cool. I saw your post today, so I'm excited for you. Okay, so tell me some things. I already heard Shayna say a few things. Tell me some things that you would like help with when it comes to virtual parties. What are some of the struggles that you are having when it comes to virtual parties?
Guest interaction is huge for me that I struggle with.
Okay, guest interaction. Okay. Anything else?
Same here. Host interaction. I've been having issues with my hosts as well. I've tried to do extra games with them to try to get them involved too, but
Okay. Anyone else have anything that they feel like they need some help with? Okay, so as far as guest interaction, I feel like I don't know how many people you have the host inviting, but I first want to start out with, and this is going to talk with your host interaction and your guest interaction. Okay, so I'm going to be putting a new template in Cinchshare for hosts. Okay, and the very first thing that I would say really helped fix my host interaction when it comes to the host being sure that they are involved in their party and are there personally interacting with their guests is having a phone call with them. Okay, I personally do a phone call with every single one of my hosts because I do that with my shows. So I feel like, okay, if I'm doing that with my cooking shows, why wouldn't I do that with my virtual parties? Okay, so I will call up my my host, and actually tomorrow, if you guys stay tuned, tomorrow Kayla Ford and I are actually going to go live on our team page, and we are going to do an actual host coaching call, what one should sound like virtually. Okay, so if you're like, okay, well, I don't really, when you say host coaching call, what am I supposed to say to my host exactly? Okay, well, we're going to go live tomorrow, and we're going to do kind of play like a phone, you know, where she's going to pretend, you know, she's the consultant and I'm going to pretend I'm the, you know, the host, and what it looks like when we are host coaching, what that should sound like for a virtual party. Okay, and so that may help you some when you say, okay, well, I just don't know what to say to my host. But basically, when I am calling my host, I want them to understand that there are a few things that will really, really help their party. One of them is how many people they are inviting to the party. Okay. After talking to some people that have been doing virtual parties for a while, have tried several different things, they said that the magic number kind of seems to be 300. Okay. So if you can tell your host that it's really important to invite 300 people, okay, that will help some with your interaction. Now, these are also people that are doing events, is what they recommended. So when it comes to groups, it's not quite as necessary that they have 300 people there because they can see more of the posts and the interaction and stuff. But with events, I think that it is necessary that you have, you know, your 300 people invited. Okay, so tell them to invite 300 people. That's going to be step number one. And we tell them that we invite that many people because our goal is 30 people that are actually going to be participating. And that's going to go for events or for groups. Okay. Events, they have to click going. Okay. You want 30 to click going. So that's why we invite so many, because 30 is our golden number to click going. Now, when it comes to groups, they may invite 300 people, but when you see people playing in the games, you see people interacting, you know, you can see how many people have seen it, okay? You want at least 30 people that you feel like are actually participating when it comes to groups, okay? So the step number one is to 300 people so that we have 30 participating no matter whether it's groups or events, okay? Also, I like to run 3 parties at once. If at all possible, if you can get 3 hosts going at a time and lump them all where they will start at the same time, that is key. Now, if you can't, if you only have 1 or 2, you're going to be reaching out and messaging your hosts individually. Okay, but if you can group them together, run 3 at a time, because then what I do is I set up a group for just my hosts. Okay, and like I would label it this month, I would label it July hosts. You know, just set up a new group, label it July hosts, and you're going to add those 3 hosts into this group. So when I'm doing this host coaching call, I'm going to tell them, hey, I'm going to be adding you to a group with these other hosts. Okay, it's going to be fun, you know, because they're doing the same thing that you're doing. And it also is going to be a little bit of challenge for you because I'm going to be giving each of my hosts points and you guys are going for a big grand prize. okay? And one of the first posts that you are going to show them is when they the point system. What can they get points for? Okay, one of their first things that you're gonna post into this group is, okay, you're gonna get points if you're the first one to get 30 going. You're going to get points, and if you're doing groups, then maybe it's you can tell that there's 30 people that are interacting, or maybe it's because they are the first person to get an order. Okay, so they're the first host to get an order, they get this many points. Okay, so you can give them different points for being the first host to do some of these things. Okay, so some of that will be in the outline that I share with you for the group posts. So there's basically, when I run my parties, I have a group host post that are posting to all of my hosts, my group that is just for my hosts. Okay, and then I also have my posts going to the actual parties, okay? And they can be events or they can be in groups. That is what I do love about Cinchshare. Like last month, I had a party running in events because the host actually set it up in events. So I just went with it. And then I had, at the same time, I had a host running it in groups, and I was able to do both of them from Cinchshare. Okay, which I love about that. I've been doing Post My Party some, the last few months. The one thing that is hard about Post My Party is that it doesn't share to groups. Okay, so if you get someone on your team that wants to do groups, or you personally are like, I've tried this event thing for a while, I kind of want to try groups now. Well, you can't do that if you do Post My Party. Okay, it won't allow you to post to groups. So that's what I do like about Cinchshare, is that you can do groups and you can do events. You can choose if you want to flip back and forth and say, okay, this month I'm going to try this, next month I'm going to try that, then you can do that with Cinchshare. Okay, so when you're host coaching, be sure that you tell them 300, tell them you're going to be inviting them to this group, and tell them that you're going to be posting one thing a day, one post that you want to be sure that they are posting to their page. And tell them this, even if it's events or groups, it doesn't matter. Either one, if the host is the one posting, they are way more likely to participate and respond if the host is posting than if it was you posting. Okay, so that's something that you want to tell them. Say, hey, they're going to watch some of the stuff that I do, but they're going to pay way closer attention if you are the actual person posting into the party. Okay, so I'm going to give you one thing a day that I want you to post into this party for me. Okay, so then you're going to post that because it's a template. Okay, it's going to give them, the template has that one thing a day that's going to be going into that group for your hosts. Okay, it's automatically going to be posting. So you tell them about that. Another thing that is so important that your hosts do is that, especially if it's events, that they are personally messaging the people that are invited to their party. Okay, I remember when I was invited to a Norwalk's online party. Okay, and it was from another paper chef. She's actually an executive as well. But I was invited to this Norwalk's party. I knew about it. I saw the invite. I was like, okay, I'll check this out at some point. She got on there and she messaged me personally, and she said, hey, I just want to let you know that the first game started, and I know that she's going to be giving out prizes, so be sure you go on and check it out. And I was like, okay, I'll go on and check that out. Okay, but if she never would have messaged me, I guarantee you, if I even clicked on the party, it wasn't going to be till the very end. I probably would have missed out half the stuff anyways. I would have quickly went on and been like, okay, I'll order something for my friend or whatever. But because she personally messaged me and told me, hey, quick, go run over, we're starting the first game, be sure to check it out, she's giving away prizes. Okay, that to me made me go, oh, wow, okay, I need to go over and check that out. I would not have done that if she would not have personally messaged me. Okay, so I know that if your hosts are personally messaging the people on there in their party and letting them know, hey, first game is getting ready to start. If you haven't clicked, if it's an event, if you haven't clicked going, be sure to click going. If it is a group, just say, hey, come on over and check it out, and be sure, she's going to be giving out different tickets throughout the party, so be sure that you're watching and participating. That makes a huge difference. If you can tell your host, be sure to message. Okay, so if they're messaging at the beginning, towards the beginning of the party, and telling them, it's starting, but also like this second day from the end, okay, the day before it's over, She goes on again and she messages everyone personally. Don't put them in a group message, okay? Messaging purple, and you can copy and paste the message, and you can even tell them, you know, even in the post, you're going to tell them what to say. Okay, hey, be sure that you message this out to everyone, okay? But if they will do that, that makes a huge difference in your orders. So last day before, be sure that you are having the message everyone, and then when the party's starting, be sure that they're messaging everyone. And by talking to them once on the phone and telling them that, it makes a huge difference rather than just messaging them on Facebook and saying, hey, I want to be sure that you send a message to your guests. That doesn't always mean your hosts are going to do that, okay? But if you have developed a relationship with them, you picked up the phone and you talked with them and you said, hey, I just want to let you know, these are the things that I would like to see in your party. I want your party to be successful as you do, okay? So be sure that you're doing these things that I suggest, okay? They're much more likely to do them because you created that personal relationship with them rather than just messaging them. And they don't really understand why they need to do this stuff anyways, okay? So stuff has changed since I have started making those phone calls and developing that relationship with my host, okay? So when you develop that relationship with your host and when your hosts are really involved with the guests, then the guest participation is going to be better, okay? So when that host is tagging people, when that host is, saying, hey, party's getting ready to start, okay, that's going to help with your guest participation as well. So over inviting, really emphasizing with your host, here's how many I want you to invite, and telling them, that many is not going to be participating, so that's why we over invite and invite so many people, okay? And giving them those couple tips on what you want them to do in your party and saying, hey, there's going to be a grand prize with my other hosts. Be sure that you are, doing everything that I ask every day to make your party as successful as possible. There's one thing I want you to post every single day into your party, okay? So that's going to make a big difference as well. Now, when it comes to bookings in your party, there's 3 things I want you to write down and be sure that you do in every single virtual party, okay? No matter what. So the first one, and I do this probably the day before the party's about to wrap up, okay? I'll get on there and I will say, I will tell them that their host is this far away from their goal. Now, if it's not even to 200 yet, let's say that they have $50 in sales. I'm going to post on there, your host is $150 away in sales and 3 bookings, okay? If they have 1 booking, then she's 2 bookings away. Your goal from every single virtual party is 3 bookings, okay? So you tell them where they're at sales-wise and you tell them where they're at bookings-wise, okay? So that's the step 1. Step 2 is you're going to have your host, and this is something that you're also going to tell them in the host coaching call. You're going to tell them, hey, by the way, a day before your party is over, okay, you are going to get a 50% off item when any of your friends book a party. That's huge, okay? So our goal from your party is three of your friends to book a party from you, so you get 3 half-price items, okay? So I'm going to tell you the last day to go on and do a post. And I want to be sure that you do that so we can get those 3 bookings from your party. So if I've already told them that, they already know the day before the party's over, this is what they're going to do, okay? Part of host coaching. So then you're going to tell your host, go in and make a Facebook post that says, we've had so much fun with this party. And thank you for everyone that has participated and ordered so far. Who is going to be the next person, to have a party that we all can attend? And then she's going to tag he or she 3 people. Okay? Tell them tag 3 of their friends that they think would like to have free products from Pampered Chef. Okay? So that's step number 2. Step number 3 is that you are going to either personally call or personally message yourself. This is not the host. This is something you're going to do. If they have placed an order, you're going to send them a specific message. And I posted it the other day. I will post it again. What? Someone say something.
Oh, all right. That was my kids.
Oh, no, you're good. I just didn't know if someone needed something. So you're going to post and tell them, thanking them for their order and telling them that and it's going to talk about bookings and joining the business. all in this post. If you have the time to call them right after they make their or place their order and say, hey, I noticed, that you placed an order. I just want to double check the information with you and make sure we have everything correct before it gets shipped to you. Go over what they've ordered, thank them, and say, hey, by the way, I love some of the products you got. Have you ever thought, about hosting a party and getting some of it, for free or half off? Is there anything else that you were really wanting? Okay. And then you can talk with them about the business too. I noticed that you were really great at playing these games and you really participated. I can tell that you love Pampered Chef products. Have you ever thought about doing something like this? Okay. So many people that are making that phone call with their guests when they place their order are getting bookings every single time, and they're recruiting people. Okay. And all you're doing is you're just watching the order come in, and then you're calling them up and saying, you're just simply saying, hey, I just wanted to double check your information and make sure everything is correct. That's why you're calling them. Then even if it's a message, hey, it's Melody Harper from Pampered Chef. I just got your order. I just was wanting to double check your information, make sure I have everything correct. If you wouldn't mind to give me a call back, and have them call you back. There's nothing wrong, and they probably will call you back just to double check their information. That's a way that you personally can talk to them about booking a party themselves. Okay? So try that and see if it works. People have had such great success when they will just actually call that person and say, I just wanted to check your order. Then you have them on the phone and you can ask them about booking a party. Okay? I promise you, your bookings will go up. Promise you. Your recruiting will go up if you will do that. Okay? So those are the 3 things that your goal from every single virtual party should be 3 bookings. Okay? Going for that, encouraging your hosts and telling them that's what their goal is too in that host coaching. Okay? That's going to make a big difference. Okay? So those are just some tips that I wanted to share with you about virtual parties. Does anyone have any questions about anything that I just talked about? Anybody? Okay. All right. I'm gonna switch it around now, and we're gonna talk some about Cinchshare. Okay, and I'm gonna show you how to pull up Cinchshare and how to do a outline. Okay, in Cinchshare. And I have been using Cinchshare for over a year now. Okay, I switched to Postman Party for a little while, but now that Cinchshare allows you to share outlines, it's a game changer. Because to me, Cinchshare, you can use events or you can use groups in it, and it's so much easier to share outlines. It's super easy. So shout out if you have already used Cinchshare, so I can kind of get a feeling.
I do.
Okay. Shayna, you said you did. Tony, do you?
No, I haven't.
I forgot how. Okay, Elizabeth, I got it. Tony, you have? Jody, have you? Jody's still trying to respond. Okay. All right, I'm going to flip the camera around and I'm going to show you a couple things in Cinchshare here. So let me share my screen. Okay, I'm going to click out of some of this. Okay, I pulled this up earlier off of our page. Okay, so here is, if you type in, all I did on our team, this is our team page right here if you can't see this. All I did was type in the word Cinchshare in the search bar, and this was one of the posts that came up probably 3rd or 4th down. And this is the Cinchshare link for our June party. Okay, here is the link for it. Okay, I'm showing you just like if I were you clicking on this link here. Okay, So this is, you see this part right here? I honestly would copy and paste this somewhere where you can pull it up again. Okay, because the only time that you can see this is when you first click on it here, and then people are like, where did it go? Because this, I say in here, it starts out with 9 pre-posts. Okay, they're split into 2 or 3 days. I have started running my parties. I started out with 10-day, then I went to 7-day. Now I'm currently running my parties with 2 pre-post days and 5 actual post days. Okay, that's how I've been running them. So when I say 9 pre-posts, you basically can split those in between your first 2 days. And so I've been doing my posts Monday through Sunday. So I do pre-posts on Monday and Tuesday, and my actual show runs from Wednesday to Sunday, and then it kind of wraps up on Monday. Okay, so that's kind of what says in here. I didn't assign a time to these posts. This is what's important. I didn't assign a time to these posts because some people like to clump 3 posts together at a time, and some like to do a post every single hour. Okay, so I didn't assign a time to them because I wanted you to be able to do that. Because some people like to do like 7, 7:03, 7:05, 7:07, and then they go the next post. They do them at noon, and they do 3 then. They do 3 at 3 o'clock. They do 3 at 6 o'clock. They do 3. And then some people like to do them, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I let you guys decide how you want to run and do your posts. So there's no time. But here you can see they're split between, and as pre-posts are split between 2 or 3 days, and then day 1 through 11 posts. Day 1 is 11 posts. Day 2 is 15 posts. Day 3 is 13 posts. Day 4 is 14 posts. Day 5 is 11 posts. And then day 6 is the wrap up with 14 posts. Okay. Now, on those, that's where you can decide how you want to run them. And you can tell kind of when the next day starts anyways, because it starts off with a game, or it says there's this many days left. So you can kind of tell when the next day starts anyways. But I just gave you an idea so you can go, okay, these are all supposed to start on Wednesday. These posts all start on Thursday. Okay, so if you want to copy and paste this part, then you know. Okay, so right here it says import posts. Okay, so if I click on that, it takes all of them to my saved. Okay, so now they're all in my saved here. Gosh, I wish I could move this somewhere else. I think I can. Hold on. There we go. I'll move you guys to the middle of the page here. Okay, so now they're in my saved. Over here, you see these little 3 lines together. Okay, if you click on these, then you're going to click on select all. Okay, it check marks all of them. Okay, be sure to scroll down to the bottom, because do you see this? Do you see what just happened when I did that? What do you notice didn't happen? See how those didn't click? Okay, then you have a problem. So be sure to go down to the very bottom, then click. See right now, it says 60. Now, see how these all have check marks? Okay, now it's going to say 87. Okay, so you would have missed out on 27 posts if you wouldn't have scrolled all the way down to the bottom. So be sure you scroll all the way to the bottom and then click select all. Okay, then what I want you to do is where it says batch post, click on that. Okay, so right now they're all over here. Now, Shayna, do you see where right here where it says Melody Harper with a check mark?
Yes.
Be sure that is not clicked. Okay.
Right.
That is what made yours post to your regular page. Okay. I'll go back and show you in a little bit how to unclick them once
It's done.
It's done. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but I just want to show you that. Just be sure if you have your guys' your own timeline is clicked, that's the first thing I do is unclick that. Okay. So just be sure that's unclicked there. Okay. So I'm going to show you this a couple ways, but I want you to understand right now, okay, if I say that I want to start these parties on Thursday, let's say we're starting them, let's do Monday, because that's when I usually start. Okay, so we're going to start them on Monday. I want the time to be 7 o'clock to start them. 7 o'clock a.m. Okay, and then we're going to apply interval, but I want to show you what's going to happen. Watch what happens when I push apply interval. Okay, do you see what happens here? What do all of them say?
7 o'clock.
7 o'clock, all the way down. Okay, so do you see, and watch what happens here. Watch what happens when I change 1 to 7:03. Where did it go?
To the bottom.
The very bottom. So then I have to go all the way down here. Oh, yep, there it is, 7:03. Okay, so since there's not a time set to these, I'm going to show you an easier way to do it the very first time. Then you don't have to do it again. Okay, so I'm just going to X out of this. Okay, so now I'm back in my saved. You see how they're saved and they're still here? Okay, I'm going to scroll all the way down to the bottom again. Okay, now if you click on this, do you see where it says shared collections? Okay, these are the ones that I have shared here. Okay, do you see where it says June outline? Okay, so you can click on that and you can click edit, okay, and that will be how you can get back into that. Okay, I just wanted to show you that so you could do that. Okay, but I'm going to go back to where I was, okay, and saved. Okay, now I'm going to scroll down to the bottom. Be sure that I have all of them in here. Okay, there they are. Then I'm going to click select. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Instead of clicking select all this time, I'm just going to click my pre-posts that I want to do the first day. So I said there was 9 of them. So I'm going to click 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's say I'm going to do 5 on that Monday. Okay, so there's 5 of them. Then I'm just going to batch post them. Okay, so here's those 5 posts right here. There they are. Unclick myself, step number 1. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and I want to start these on Monday. And I want to start them at 7. Okay, and it's still going to change the time and do them all at 7. But 5 posts is much easier to work with than 82 posts. Okay, so then what I'm going to do is I want my first one to be at 7, so I'm going to leave that there. Then I want my next one, we're going to say 9 o'clock for it. Then see how they stay in order though? See here it's 1, there's 2, 3, 4. So I know post number 1 is done, so now I need to do number 3 here. So I'm going to go and do, let's say, let's see, that was 7, that one was 9. This one I'll do at 12. Hold on, that one probably shifted. Where did my 12 one go? 1, 2. Oh, whoops, I changed the wrong. I changed it to 7:12 instead of 12. Okay, now it shot up here. So see how it said AM? I want it PM. Okay, so there's 1, there's 2, there's 3. Let's do 4. I'm going to do it at 3 o'clock. Then go change it to PM. And then see how these are all switching around? Okay, do you guys see that? And then I'm going to do this one at 6. It shoots to the top. Then I can do PM. Okay, now they're back in order. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have the times of 7, 9, 12, 3, 6. So my first day is done. Okay, do you guys see? Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, everyone else, does that make sense how I did that? Now I can go ahead and schedule it. And I can go to the next day and do the next pre-post if you want, or you could do it the night before, whenever you want to do it. But I like to do a day at a time when I'm first doing it, just because I don't want to work with 82 posts shifting all around, if that makes sense. And then I can set the time that I want. All of these posts are here. So now, okay, so now that they're in here, I'm just going to do them to myself. I'm going to click myself right now because I don't want to click it to one of these parties right now. So I'm just going to click schedule batch. Okay. Then I'm going to go back into the check mark, takes you back to that home screen. Okay, so now they're all right here. See how they're right here, ready to schedule? But now I can go in here and I can say, okay, I want to edit this. I want to make sure that Melody didn't say anything about her personal information in here. So I'm just going to I'm going to check this and see, you know, if is there a host name in here? Is there anything I change? Is there anything that I do differently myself? Okay, so here is the point system for what the guests can get, you know, how they get their points. Okay, so that makes sense. Okay, so that sounds good. I don't see anything in here, you know, that I need to fix. So now I can reschedule that. Okay, so then let's go into this next one, edit. Okay, oh, yep, let's see. Okay, there's the catalog link. That's just the catalog. Okay, that all looks good. Okay, we'll schedule that one. Edit post. All right, see right here, Monday, June 9th. You obviously would need to change that to your party. Okay, this is important information about the specific show that you're sending. Now, if you're starting them all at the same time, then you wouldn't need to, you know, change that. Okay, and if you're doing multiple shows at once, then you're going to click, I want to run this to Melody, Melissa, and Lori. Okay, and then you can you can do 3 or 4 at the same exact time, but I wouldn't do more than that. Okay, so if I wanted to do, let's say you're running 6 parties at a time. Okay, you're running 6 parties at a time. So this one, do you see how when I click on this arrow right here, it says copy post? If I copy the post, then it copies the same exact thing. This one says 9 o'clock a.m. So I'm going to do this one to the time of 9:05. And now I'm going to click, oh, I have those 3 people going at 9 o'clock. So I want to do Ashley, Alicia's, and Amanda's. Let's run theirs at 9:05. Okay, do you see that? How I just did that? Now it's copied. These 3 people, no, I just did it for myself, but this, and then these 3 people are at 9:05. Does that make sense? So now I can run 6 parties at once, but I'm not running them all at the same time, ending myself up in Facebook jail. Okay, so then you would go to the next one and you can just say, oh, I want to just copy this one again. Oh, okay, so I ran, you know, theirs. So this time I want to unclick and I want to do this one, and this one. And I want to do, okay, that time was 6 o'clock. So let's be sure, let's run this one at 6:05. Okay. See how I'm doing that? So that way you can run multiple parties at once, but they're not all at the same time. Okay, so that's important information to know as well. Okay, now if I am clicking, the very first thing that you need to do in Cinchshare, before you click on my link to copy all these posts, very first thing you have to do is go to this circle with the wavy lines. It's going to pull up your events, or it's going to pull up your, my events are down here. There's all my events right there under my name. You know, then you have to change the heart blue, go back up to the top, refresh it. Okay, so that is step number 1 before you ever click on my outline. Okay, be sure that you go over here to the circle, pull up the party that you just set up on Facebook, turn the heart blue, and then refresh it again. Okay, so then when you go to click whose party you want to do it to, it's there. Otherwise, you're going to say, well, where's that party at? I don't see that party. It's not on here. Okay, you have to be sure to click it so it knows what party you want to select. Okay, so this here, the check mark. Okay, so once you have already, so Shana, this is going to apply to you. Okay, see my pending?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, see how I have myself clicked?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so hold on, I gotta remember how to do this here. Trying to remember how I did that, how I deleted myself off of stuff. Find and replace, clear selection. Oh, not clear selection. How did I do that? Shayna, I'll try to figure that out. I'm trying to remember how I did it. But I know that there's a way to unclick one of them and then repost it.
Okay.
You know,
Is that pencil not the edit one?
What'd you say?
I said, is that pencil not the edit where you can go in and edit?
Oh, wait. Whoa, what did I just push?
The pencil up in the corner of it. And then you can go in and unclick people from there. You should be able to.
Yeah, I was thinking there was an easier way though to go in and unclick. Which, I mean, you're right. You can do it that way. Absolutely. Shayna, did you see what we just did when we clicked edit and it took you back over here and then you would just go and post. You know what? Honestly, if you have already scheduled 82 posts, instead of going into every single one, I would honestly go in, select all, delete them, one shot, and then go back in and select them again. Because that would almost save you more time than going into each post individually and deleting yourself.
Right.
Okay. So I would almost go in and then click, leave. Go in and click, just select all of them and then delete, if that makes sense. I don't want to do it from there though. So I'm going to go ahead and delete my pending ones though, because I don't want these posts obviously running. So delete. Okay. I want to delete them all. There they all go. Do you guys see that? Gone. Okay. So my pending ones are gone. Now, anytime you have an outline that you saved, that was someone shared with you, it's going to be in your saved collection here. Okay. So if you click on saved, you're always going to find all these posts that you just downloaded from me. Okay. Be sure to see how they're still pulling up. Be sure that you go all the way to the bottom. Okay. All the way to the bottom. There you go. So that way you know that all of them are in there. Okay. So if you see, I have myself a post here about myself, so I think it's really important to always, I'll show you this one here. I think it's important. I'm just going to schedule it to myself real quick. Here, I guess I have to do, let's change the. Scheduled, it's already past the date. What is the date I have? July 17th. What am I doing wrong here? 7:05. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do 7:05. I want to do 7:17. Apparently it was a little slow. Okay. Maybe I was doing something wrong. I don't know. Okay, so if I want to edit it, I just want to show you what this post looks like. Okay, so in here, I have a picture of my family. I talk about my goals, why I started Pampered Chef, what this business means to me. But I will tell you, some of the people that are having the most success are honestly going live in their parties. Okay. They're going live and they're doing it when they are, I'm going to stop share here. They're doing it when they are fixing dinner at night. Okay, they're just sharing what they're cooking for dinner with their families, or if they're making ice cream, or maybe they woke up and made eggs in their egg cooker. That is making it much more personal, having a relationship with your guests, than just showing them a post of something about eggs. Okay, so people that are sharing and going live, sharing videos that they do themselves, and even if you're not comfortable with live, even if you record a video, of you making some eggs, in your egg cooker, and then just go in that saved video and post it into each of your parties. If you're not comfortable going live, at least that's a personal video versus just one, that you found. So anytime you have to do that, it's going to create a personal relationship. I saw Charlotte and a guy. She responded to someone's post the other day, and it said, I'm just really having trouble with virtual parties. I can't get, the interaction. I can't, get hosts to listen to me. I just don't know what I am doing wrong. Okay. And Charlotte said to her, can you tell me one thing that you have learned about a guest in your party? And she said, no, I can't. So I will tell you, that is one of the hardest things about virtual parties, is that we just kind of do our posts. We kind of talk to our hosts, okay, but we're never really getting to know our guests, okay? Are you finding out about them? Are you, when they talk about their favorite product, are you telling them a recipe that they can use in their favorite product? Okay, are you getting to know, when they are writing on the host post, how they know the host? Okay, are you responding and you're interacting, with them and getting to know them as people in the post? Because if they were at my cooking show, I could definitely tell you stuff about them. I've introduced myself to them. I've asked them about their jobs and what they do. I've asked them, about their kids. How many kids do they have? I created that personal relationship with them at my cooking shows. And what that means is that they are more likely to book a party with me because they feel comfortable with me, okay? And they're more likely to buy from me again because they feel a relationship to me, okay? So why wouldn't you want to do that in your virtual parties? Okay, so just think about, as you do your future virtual parties, how much time are you investing in your guests and actually getting to know them, okay? Because if you make them fall in love with a product, if they can't afford it, they're much more likely to book a party with you, okay? Because they have felt a relationship with you. You've had fun. You've joked with them in your parties, okay? You've interacted with them, okay? They're much more likely to use you as their Pampered Chef consultant when you have created a relationship with them, okay? And that's why I think it is amazing, if you have the time and you want to change your business, if you will start calling the people that order from you and personally talking to them, I promise you it's going to change your business, okay? Because you are creating that relationship with these people, okay? So it all just depends on, how much you're willing, to invest in these people and invest in time with them. If you don't have the time to do that, you can start with personally messaging them, okay? Start personally reaching out, through Messenger. But if you have the time to personally call them, it really is a game changer, okay? So calling your hosts, calling your guests, okay? Be sure to do those 3 things I talked about when it comes to bookings, okay, to help ensure that you're going to be getting those 3 bookings from each virtual party, okay? And have one of your own this month, okay? And this is an amazing month to have your own party, okay? If you want to have your own virtual party, do it this month. If you want to have your own cooking show, your first cooking show, do it this month, because it's double free and it's Rock Crock at 60% off. There is no better month that you're going to find for your hosts than this month right here. Okay, so get them excited about the Rock Crock and get them excited about double free. And if you don't know, double free, when they reach $650 in sales, they're going to get the double free. So every host that I have host coached, because I have 10 cooking shows this month, a couple virtual parties, and a couple catalog shows this month, okay? Every one of those shows I have host coached and told them our goal is at least $650 in sales. It is free money that they are giving you for your products if we hit it. Okay, that's just being sure. If you are coaching your virtual parties this month, I am telling them you need 5 outside orders from people that are not on your Facebook party. Okay, because they need to get those outside orders this month to help them be sure that they're reaching 650. So they need to have 5 outside orders from people that are not on their Facebook party. Okay, and then they need to encourage all the other participation on their actual event and tell them that their goal is $650 in sales. When they get $650 in sales, they're going to get $230 in free. They have a $1,000 party this month. They will get $430 in free product. I am coaching every one of my hosts because every single person that I've talked to on the phone and I tell them there's $430 that they could get in free, they're like, wow, I'm doing that. Okay. And I say, okay, you need to have 12 to 15 people that are coming to your party. And then you need to have these outside orders. Okay. And I tell them that is a must. They can do it. They just have to be sure that they are listening and doing what you tell them to. Okay. So, does anyone have any questions about anything that I have showed you? Anything? Maria, did you have anything?
No, I think I'm good. I
Okay.
think this.
Anyone else have anything? Any questions about anything?
I'm totally gonna have to look at the replay because Alana's like not going down tonight, so I've been in and out.
That's okay. No, you're fine. You are fine. Well, that's why I am recording it.
Awesome, thank you.
Anyone else have any questions at all?
Melody, this is Marcia.
Yes.
I think somebody might have texted a message. I saw it flash up on the screen.
Oh, let me see. I see chat too. So we can take advantage of the double free even though we're consultants. Yes, and yes, Elizabeth. And that's a good question. So as a consultant this month, you can always have your own party. Always. Just when you set it up on Pampered Chef, there's going to be a little box that says consultant acting as host. Just be sure that you click consultant acting as host and then just put in your information for the party. So you can always have your own party, and I would definitely do it this month when you can get the double amount of free. Whether that is your own virtual, whether that is your own cooking show, you are very welcome. So yeah, I would start there. If you haven't had your own party in a while, start there. Okay. Start having your own, inviting your own friends and getting some shows going for your friends. And if you have, if you invite your friends, be sure to tell them anyone that brings a guest to the party is going to get a free gift from me. Okay, that will help them. If you feel like you're just constantly in your same circle of friends, okay, telling them to bring a friend that you may not know and that you'll give them a gift, that $1 cookbook is well worth it if it's a potential booking for you. Okay, so that's a good way to get outside of your circle. Anyone else have anything? You are welcome, Elizabeth. Okay, well, I will put this recording on, and if you guys have any questions about Cinchshare, now I will tell you what I am doing for my July, because obviously you saw that was June. The nice thing about June is it's not a holiday month. So there's not specific holiday stuff. There's nothing in there that you couldn't do again in July. Okay. So if you didn't use that outline last month, you could use it just as is this month. Okay. And obviously change the date information of your party stuff. But that's why I picked June to share that, because it's stuff about the new summer products, it's stuff about the new spring products. And it's one that's not like everything Christmas or everything, 4th of July, because we're past 4th of July. It's done. So there's not going to be anything I would post 4th of July in my virtual parties coming up anyways. Now, if you get to August and you want to change it some, what I would do is I would leave pretty much everything the same and then pick 5 different games. And that's all you would necessarily have to change, is go in, to one of our Facebook virtual parties and just pick 5 different games to do instead of the 5 that are in there. Okay. So there's no reason that you couldn't do that and then use the same outline. So I do know that there are some different outlines right now where they're doing different, like a theme day, like Taco Tuesday, and all of the stuff that day is about stuff that you can do, to make your tacos, just different stuff like that. And the next, day can be a different theme. So I do know there's some different parties that are offering something like that. Thank you, Marita, for being on. I appreciate it, girl. So there's some different stuff that you can try, but this is at least an outline that you can try right now and get you started, going for July here. So, and if you tried it last month, then I would just change some of the games and do it again. That's what I'm going to do. And the people that are having virtual parties with me this month, honestly, were not in my virtual parties last month. So I'll probably do the exact same outline. So that's what I really like about this June one is there's not a bunch of stuff you have to take out because it's not St. Patty's, it's not March where everything's green or, so there's not a bunch of theme stuff in this month. So, but thank you guys for being on. Marcia, if you are available and not going to bed, I will call you. If you are ready to go to bed, I can call you tomorrow. It's up to
No, I stay up late.
you. Stay up late? Okay, so I'll call you after this. I just got my new phone today because I dropped mine off the bleachers and shattered the screen where I literally couldn't do anything with it. So we were out of town and shattered the screen. So that's been exciting. So now I can call you. So,
Cool.
but I'll call you after this call. But thank you, the rest of you, for being on. And let me know if you have any questions. I'm going to take, and I tried to do it for my computer the other day, and for some reason, the pin post, every time I was change the pin post and try to save it, it went right back to the same stuff that it said before. So I'm not sure what's going on with that. But I tried to take the Cinchshare outline and stuff and put it in the pin post. And so you guys can find it easier. So I'm going to try again and see if I can do it on our team page and so you guys can find it. So, but I'm going to work some on that tonight. So, but thank you guys for being on, and I will be talking with you soon.
Bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.